Is the screen visible to you? Very fine. So let's start. Actually, as you guys know, there are two tasks, writing task 1 and writing task 2. Task 2 usually is taught by this teacher and writing task 1 usually I take the classes of. So first I would just like to tell you that in writing task 1, there are three types of letter and you are well aware of that what is the difference between formal, semi-formal and informal letters. What is the difference among them? You guys are aware of at quite good point because I have already taken the class. I have already taken the classes of the difference between formal, sorry, among difference among formal, semi-formal, and informal. But still, I will revise the whole class today just by showing the slides to you so that you could remind that what I told you on that day. Okay, but meanwhile on the other hand, if I talk about the essay part, writing task 2, then there are questions. Usually the question comes agree, disagree, what do you agree or disagree, discuss both views and give your opinion, so it is discussion part. Questionmatic task, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, causes, effects, solutions, comparison one also. And but sorry, do you think advantages outweigh disadvantages, such kind of questions come. And the last is only opinion based. There are two questions that are opinion based, the type second and the type fifth. The type second is asked in the type second of question, in the second type of question, sorry, it is asked that discuss both views and give your opinion. But in the last one, there is no discussion. He directly says, what is your opinion? So it is only opinion based. There is no need to discuss both views. Okay. So today's class is not regarding that. Today, I would just like to tell you that how to be good at writing. In both of the tasks, what is common? The common is writing task 1 and 2. What is the common between these or in these two tasks? Is task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resources, and grammatical range and accuracy. So these four are called band descriptors, and we must be aware of that what are these four modules, what are these four sections, what are these descriptors mean. So I would just like to teach you today. Let's continue. To score 9 in writing task 1 especially, I would just like to continue with the writing task 1's class that I have already taught you guys on the day. The difference among formal, semi-formal, and informal. And the second thing is task achievement, coherence and cohesion, lexical resources, and grammatical range and accuracy. If you are aware of these 2 points, the difference among these three and these four band descriptors, definitely you will be quite good at writing. You could be aware of that how the examiner counts your score, what you should do. Of course, Amity, of course, you can. Okay, so if you are aware of these two things, definitely you will be able to score more because you will get to know that what criteria you will have to follow during attempting the while attempting the writing module. Let's continue. I told you that how to recognize the question, is it formal, semi-formal, or informal? How to recognize that, how to just judge the question just after reading the question. You'll get to know that is this formal, semi-formal, or informal? And this was the things that I just taught you to consider. If the letter is being written to an organization, it will be either formal or a semi-formal. But if it is written to the close ones like friend, relatives, colleagues, neighbor, then it would be informal. So in the condition of when, if I just talk about the organization, formal or semi-formal, if the person is unknown to you, the letter will be always formal. But if the person is known to you, it depends on the position. It depends on the position. Okay, so it's up to the question that how the questions come. So definitely you could be aware of this. But I will not spend much time on this session because I have already told you this. Let's continue further. The difference among informal and formal, semi-formal. There are some tips that are common in formal and semi-formal, but are differ with informal part. There are 9 points. I said that informal, you can use colloquial words or expressions like cheer up, chat up, easy now, all right, such kind of words you can use over there. But in formal, semi-formal situation, you will not do that. In informal, usually you can use contradictions, can't, don't, but in the formal, semi-formal, you should not use. You should be aware of the full, with the, sorry, you should go with the full word. Cannot, do not. You should not write can't, don't, informal and semi-formal. Third is abbreviations like short forms. Government, like this short, GOVT dot, USA, ETC, these kind of things you should not use in formal, semi-formal. Uh, you should be with over there government, GOVERNMENT, full word, with the United States of America, not USA. Okay. In informal, you should write the letter or yes, letter in the reference to first, second, or third person. You can write to any form. You can write I, we, us. Second form, you can second person. You can write in the reference to second person. You, yours. You can write as much time as you can. Okay, as many time as you can, or you want. But in the formal, semi-formal, you should try to be in the reference to third person only. You should avoid the words I, we, or you, yours. The first and second person must be avoided in formal and semi-formal conditioning, especially in formal, not in semi-formal, especially in formal one. Okay, glitches. Use glitches. Which is like the things that the statements or the phrases that are not that cannot never be true. These are just made. Like only time will tell you how the time can tell. Okay, but these are the things that English speakers has just made casually. So you can use these things in informal letter, but not in the case of formal and semi-formal. Imperative voice like be quiet, take care, direct words. But instead, in formal or sorry, yes, formal or semi-formal, you should be with full word. Take care of yourself, not take care. You should take care of yourself like this. Please not be quiet. Simply, you should be quiet. There must be subject, verb, and object over there. Okay, you should be with complete word, not with this direct imperative voice. The next informal one, in informal letter, you can use active voices. You should use active voices tense. While in formal and informal, you should try to use passive voices more. Okay, informal letter, it contains usually it involves short and simple sentences. The sentences in informal letter must not be complex and longer. Okay, so informal letter there are short and simple sentences, while in formal and semi-formal the sentences must be long and complex one. While in informal we can use exclamation mark, in formal and semi-formal, we should not. Let's continue. There are three another ways that I just taught you on that day to just differentiate formal, semi-formal, and informal, and you guys are aware of these things. First, on the behalf of vocabulary. Second point, vocabulary also differ in formal and semi-formal, and informal also. Secondly, abbreviations and contractions. I have already wrote you this. It has been repeated actually. Can't, don't, USA, government. These are called abbreviations, like short forms. Abbreviation contractions means can't, don't, am, a. Sorry, I apostrophe am. You usually write I am. I would. I just you just wrote apostrophe and d. So you should not write these words in formal or semi-formal, like emphasizing words, phrasal verbs, formal and informal writing. Like writing pattern is also different. Okay, so sentence structure. Sorry, I already told you that in formal and semi-formal, there are long and complex sentences, while in informal letter you can use simple sentences and short sentences. The last is expressions. The sixth point that we had to discuss today, I didn't taught you on that day. The sixth point I'm just going to teach you today because we missed on that day. This is the sixth point. I didn't write the point. It's a simple thing is that in informal letter you can use simply dear and the name of the receiver and end with the best wishes, regards, and with your first name. There is no need to write your full name. It is the sixth point how to differentiate these. In semi-formal letter, your letter starts with either dear sir or madam, or you can write name as well and end with yours sincerely. In semi-formal condition, you should end the letter with by writing your sincerity and with your name, your full name, I can say. Okay, and in the formal condition, your letter always begin with dear sir or either ma'am or with optional as well, and end with your face, yours faithfully. So usually students get like just get confused between sincerely and faithfully. That which one should be used for the formal and which one for the semi-formal. So you are sincerely for semi-formal and you are faithfully for the formal letters and with your full name. In semi-formal and formal, you should write your full name. While in informal letter, you can just add the letter with your first name only. You can, or if you want to write your full name, you can write in the informal condition as well. It's all about the differentiation between formal, semi-formal, and informal. There is no practice session. Let's continue. Just look at this structure carefully. Just look at this structure carefully. It is the structure of of your letter. We will start with the salutation. Salutation means dear sir or dear madam or dear name, dear mark, whatever you can write over there. And then the first paragraph, usually students like prefer to write introduction with the answer of bullet point one. Introduction, but what does introduction mean? In introductory paragraph, you should write the purpose of your letter. That why are you writing? Plus, if you want to add the answer to the bullet point one, you can add it over there. I have already wrote you this thing. Then in the next paragraph, the next bullet points answer. The next paragraph, the remaining bullet points answers. Okay. If you have just written the answer of the bullet point one in the introduction part, then you should write bullet point second answer is next paragraph and bullet point third answer is next paragraph. Okay. And end up with the conclusive statement. It is not compulsory to write. Conclusive statement is not compulsory to write. You can even miss that, avoid that as well. But it would be good if you just write that. And then on the left side of the page, you should write complimentary clause. It's called complimentary end or complimentary clause. It's like yours faithfully, yours sincerely, your best wishes or best regard. And I have already told you that where to use yours faithfully and where to use yours sincerely and others. Okay, and then at the left side of the same at the same side, the name of the center, your name. But in IELTS, if you write your own name, it would be also okay. If you write any other person's name, it would be also okay. There is no need to write your own name. It is not compulsory to write your real name, or it is not compulsory to write another's name as well. So you can either use your real name or any other name. There will be no reduction in the band score on the behalf of this. Let's continue. Sample question is this, and the answer is, I will tell you. Let me just go with the further part. Yes. Read this question first. Please read this question first. I will just teach you all of the band descriptors on the behalf of this question. That what is TA, what is CC, what is LR, what is GRA. The question is there is a public park near where you live. You have heard that the local council wants to sell this park. There is a public park near to you, and you have recently heard that your local council wants to sell this park. Write a letter to a local newspaper to whom you are just going to write the letter to the local newspaper. And in your letter, there are three questions. Introduce yourself, describe the importance of the park, and say what action you will take if the council continues with its plan. So this is a question on the behalf of which I will just tell you that what is the TA, what is the CC, what is the LR, and what is the GRA. Let's continue. First, I would just like to show the answer of this question. Please read the question carefully again. There is a public park near where you live. You have heard that the local council wants to sell this park. Write a letter to local newspaper. In your letter, just answer these three bullet points. First, please tell me, is it a formal, semi-formal, or informal letter? Which one is this? Is it a formal, semi-formal, or informal? Everyone. Grocery sets are formal. Other students, formal. Verified. So the person is definitely unknown to you. If I'm whether it's known to me, but its position is he's a newspapers, local newspapers author. Oh, sorry, he's authority. He's authority. Okay, he has power. He's just published newspapers, so definitely he's quite a good position, I can say. And we are just going to request to him for something. then definitely the letter would be formal. We will have to show formality there. So, if I just go further, I will just show the answer of this question. I will show you the answer, written answer of this question. Please read that and you will find that the answer is quite good written. You will find that answer is quite good written. The answer is here. Read this. Let me just read with you. Dear sir slash ma'am. Yes, I wrote good because I'm just showing that the person is no unknown to me. So I just wrote the optional one. But please, if you are requested, one thing usually I base, sir and ma'am must be written in capital word. Dear sir, ma'am, dear sir, madam, my name is William Parker. I was asked to introduce myself, so I have already introduced myself in the. I just received a message. We can't see it in presentation mode. Really? Okay, okay, don't worry, don't worry. Just wait for a second. Is it visible now? Is it okay now, guys? Very fine. Okay, okay, okay. So, my bullet points were introduce yourself, tell the importance of the park, and say what action you will take if local council continue with its plan. Is it the I'm right? Am I right? Yes, it was our question. So the answer I've written is my name is William Parker, living in phase 3. I'm writing this letter on the where I didn't mention the city because I am writing a letter to the local newspapers. Definitely. So I'm the member of the sorry, I'm the resident of the same city. So I said that my name is William Parker, living in phase 3. I am writing this letter on behalf of the society members in regards with the public park situated in my society area. Yesterday, I heard, please keep in mind, I said you to not to use contractions here, not to use abbreviations here, to write complex and long sentences. Please look at everything. Have I mentioned everything? Please, okay, just check that. I said, I'm repeating again. My name is William Parker, living in phase 3. I'm writing this letter on behalf of the society members in regards with the public park, situated in my society area. Yesterday, I heard in the news that the local council has planned to sell this park, however, the civilized people of this area are not in the favor of this plan since this park plays an indispensable role in our life. Okay, it was my introduction plus bullet point one's answer. My bullet point one was introduce yourself, and I had to write along with that the purpose of my letter. So I have written all of both of the things here. In the next paragraph, I'm just going to tell the importance of the park as I have been asked in the question. Please tell the importance of the park. So I said the park is the favorite place of the people from every age group. The park is the favorite place of the people from every age group. Old ones visit this park to pursue some physical activities such as yoga. Youngsters of my age gather at this place to get relaxation by playing some sports and sharing creative ideas with each other after working with active schedule, and children of this area spend their leisure time by playing outdoor games. The most important thing is that it is the only place in our locality where people can do such activities and lead to a healthy lifestyle. Okay, so in this paragraph, I just explained the importance of the park. As per my question, he said, tell the importance of the park. Further, I said, after considering all these aspects regarding the park, society members can take any step to save this place. Meanwhile, I would like you to publish my request in the newspaper tomorrow and make the local authorities to rethink on this matter. If there is no change made in this decision of the council, I would not hesitate to access higher authorities regarding this issue. I hope you will assist the society by manifesting this request in the news. Yours faithfully, William Park. Yours faithfully, is it right? Yours faithfully, yes. Definitely, the letter was formal. So I said, yours faithfully, William Parker. Please. Is it right, guys? If I just look at phone, no. If I just say you to give feedback on this task, how is it? Is it bad, good, or bad, average, good, or very good? Very good means it is about 7 band score, so 7 plus. Yes, yes, of course, you can. Let me just turn your mic on. Let me just allow all of you to unmute yourself. You can now, Lucy, you can.
So,
Yes.
According to the 30 body paragraph,
Okay.
uh, I just would you like to go back to the question. Can you do that?
Of course, I'll. This is my question.
Yeah, say what action you will take if the council comes. Yeah, I don't know. I, in my point of view, we should say more clear, what you will do, not just okay. You try to go to local authorities, but what you will do that. I think I'm not sure, but in my point of view, uh, I should say something more clear. I don't know.
Okay, okay. Just read the paragraph. I'm just looking for your feedback. I will tell you everything. Don't worry. I've just got your point that what you want to say. Okay. I'm just saying that. Do you think the letter that I've just showed you is it's right or wrong? Is it a very good answer? It's a good answer. It is a bad answer. I will tell you later. I'm just looking for your feedback now. If you think
Yeah,
that
I think it's good. Pretty
it's
good.
yes, it is pretty good according to you. What do you think as you usually I give you score in the exam or test day? I usually score you. So in starting, Praveen scores this gives feedback. So in starting we have mentioned our name. Then in the last again, so it's fine to write name again and again. Definitely, ma'am. In the first part, in the introduction part, I had to introduce myself. So I would write my name over there as well. There is no need. And in the last, it is required to write down our name over there. Just I would just like to tell you guys that in this question seems that it's quite good written. It seems that the question is quite good written. Do you think the answer of all of the questions has come appropriately? Do you think that answers of all of the bullet points are quite good?
I think yes, in my point of view, yes. But in the third body paragraph,
The answer is not clear.
maybe it's lucky of some detail. I don't know.
Okay, okay, don't worry.
I'm not
Don't,
sure.
no, 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 it's okay, it's okay, it's good, it's good. We will discuss. If you just read this task, you will see, or you will just think that it's a quite good written task. But if I if I just score this task, I'll score it 5.5. If I just write the same answer in the exam, I'll score 5.5 or the maximum 6 or maximum 6 band. Whether you think guys that it is quite good written, good sentence formation, okay, appropriate suitable vocabulary as well, but still, if you just score this task, really examiner will score this task 5.5 or 6. This is what I'm going to tell you guys. Now, first of all, I will teach you what is task achievement. And then we will come back to this question. We will see, is this task following all of the things that are required to complete our task achievement, to score 9 in task achievement. Does this answer follow all of these criteria? Fulfill all the criteria of task achievement? I will tell. Then we will go to the CTCC, coherence and cohesion, and again I will tell you, I will show you this question. Is this task following all of the criteria, fulfilling all of the requirements of coherence and cohesion? Then you will get to know that is it okay or no. And then you will find that where the answer is lacking. Where the answer is lacking. Okay. So I will tell you everything. Don't worry. Let's go to the task achievement section. Let's go to the task achievement section. But first, I would just like to show the structure of the tasks. I would just like to show the structure of the task. I said there are two things that to score 9. There are a lot of other things as well, like tone of the task, other things there are a lot of, but still the main things are difference and the task achievement, CC, LR, GRE. I've already told you about the formal is and semi-formal, informal difference. Now we are just going to learn task achievement. What is task achievement? It's TA. In short form, it's TA. It has three things. Task achievement contains three things: structure of the task, achievement of the task, and approach of the task. What does TA mean? In TA, there are three things that we'll have to keep in mind while writing the task. Is our structure clear? Is our achievement clear? And is our approach clear? If all of these things are clear, that means you are good at TA. You guys are good at TA. Then coherence and cohesion. CC, in short form it is called CC. It has two things: flow of the task and link of the task. Flow of the task and link of the task. In lexical resources, it means vocabulary, suitable plus advanced vocabulary plus spellings as well. Whether spellings are not the part of if your spelling is incorrect, definitely your score will be deducted. Okay, and it will be deducted in the lexical resources part. And further, GRA, grammatical range and accuracy, variety and correction of the sentences. If the sentences are correct, they are accurate, and secondly the variety of the sentences. There are different type of sentence formations written, like complex sentence, compound sentence, conditional sentence, restrictive sentence, non-restrictive sentence. Okay, lot of things, different type of sentences if you are used, definitely you will score good. Okay, so GRA means, is your grammar does your task is good vocabulary range of vocabulary, and second accuracy as well. Is your grammar accurate? If you do these two things are like following good, that means your GRA is quite good. So let's start with the task achievement first. In task achievement, there are three things: structure, approach, and achievement. First, I would just like to teach the structure of the task. Please keep in mind, you are already aware of these things, that what is the structure of the task. Let me repeat again. Structure means paragraphing of the letters. Structure means paragraphing of the letter. Condition 1 is this. Condition 1, let me just show you condition 1. Sometimes, not sometimes, let me just change the sentence. There are always 3 bullet points. In the structure of the task, paragraphing of the letter can be of 2 types. Condition 1 and the condition 2, it completely depends on the bullet point first. How you will paragraph the letter will completely depends that what is your bullet point first. Condition 1 is this: if your bullet point first is something that you will have to go some details, like bullet point first answer will be quite good in length. It will be the question bullet point 1 is not to answer in 1 or 2 sentences. For an example, if you just say explain the problem, so definitely we'll have to explain the problem. So we can't give the answer of this question within 1 or 2 sentences. We will have to write a paragraph on it. If the condition 1 is this, if your bullet point first is like this, that you will have to answer in details with a good length of paragraph, then you can't add it into the introduction part. You can't add the answer of the bullet point 1 into the introductory paragraph, in the introduction. So in the condition 1, you will have to write dear salutation first, dear sir, ma'am, or name, then introduction separately. And introduction part you will only write purpose of writing or why are you writing, and then change the paragraph. Bullet point first reply in the next paragraph, second paragraph, then in the next paragraph bullet point second reply, in the next paragraph bullet point third reply, and then a conclusive statement only in one sentence, and then it's complementary ending, and then your name. Okay, in this condition, when the bullet point condition 1, the bullet point 1 is the question to which we will have to reply in a good length of paragraph. We can't add that bullet points answer in the introductory part. But on the other hand, condition second, if your bullet point 1 is a question like introduce yourself, a question like where are you living, or other type of question like the question like that is a answer in the single sentence or one or two sentences, the question that can be answered in one or two sentences. In that situation we can add the answer with the bullet point one with the introduction part. Into the introduction paragraph we can add bullet point one reply. If for example about yourself it is given that please introduce yourself, then we will reply bullet point first plus why are you writing. Okay, so there are two conditions. It complete the structure of the task completely depends upon the condition one, that when the bullet point first is to be answered in a good length of paragraph, then you will have to answer the bullet point one in a separate paragraph, not in the introduction part. While in the second condition, if your bullet point one is like short answer question, I can say that can be answered shortly, so you can add it into the introductory paragraph. Then the next two paragraphs will be for body paragraph 2 and body paragraph 3, like bullet point 2 and bullet point 3. So what is the difference between these? In this paragraph there will be 5 paragraphs, 3 main paragraphs. For introduction, first is introduction, then 3 paragraphs of the bullet points. But in this situation there will be one less paragraph. There will be only 2 main body paragraphs in the introduction part, because these are 3, and then the last conclusive statement and ending are the common to both in the both of the conditions. Have you got it, guys? Have you got it? When to add bullet point first in introduction and when to not? Have you got it? Verify. So in task achievement, your structure of the task must be clear. Your structure of the task must be clear. Let's go further. Let's go further. So please check. We just note the question of the answer that your local council has planned to sell the public park situated in your area. What do you think? What do you think? Our bullet point one was introduce yourself. So is our structure clear in this task? There were two conditions, and according to the conditions, have you followed the right structure here? The first thing in task achievement is structure. So is the structure right here? Glossier said yes, sir. Looks like yes. Very fine. What did I say? If the bullet point one is like quite short, can be answered shortly, then it will be okay. So our question, bullet point one was introduce yourself. So it would be answered. It could be answered in the single sentences also. So I just added it into the introduction part, and then Ravi Kursar sir, the answer is lengthy as per bullet point one. It need to be shortened. Sir, please read carefully. Our bullet point one was only introduce yourself, and I introduced myself in one sentence only. The first sentence is, my name is William Parkway, living in phase 3. This is the answer of the bullet point 1. And then I wrote what? Then I just explained what the purpose of writing. Then I just wrote purpose of writing. That took the length of the paragraph. That occupied the space, that occupied the sentences. Otherwise, the answer of the bullet point 1 was quite short. Okay, Ravi sir? Yes. So in this part, in this letter the answer that I show you, Structure is quite good written. The structure is followed correctly. Okay. Or do you find any trouble into that? Do you find, guys? Do you find that the structure is not right as per the conditions that I have just earlier explained you? Is there something wrong with this? Yes or no? In terms of structure, is there something wrong? No. Very fine. Structure is clear. So this task will achieve 9 out of 9 in structure. But what about achievement and approach? There are two other sections in task achievement and approach. So let's go to the next thing, achievement of the task. Let's go to the next thing, achievement of the task. Your achievement is 9 out of 9 if you have just answered the bullet points separately. In achievement, the first thing is this separation of bullet points. Separation of bullet points. And second thing, there's achievement in replied points. Achievement in replied points. What does this mean? The first point is quite clear that the answers of the bullet points must not be mixed with each other. The answer of the bullet points, there are 3 bullet points. The answer of each bullet point must be separate to the another ones. So, if I talk about my answer that I have just shown you, the bullet point 1 is described, we have just explained or answered the bullet point 1 in the introduction paragraph. Other two bullet point second, importance of the path, we just explained to the second paragraph, and the third one is the third paragraph. So, the first point is quite clear, achievement is quite good, but the next thing is achievement in replied point. Achievement in replied point means whatever you have replied to the questions, is it correct? Is your reply to the questions correct? It is called achievement in replied points. Have you achieved the replied points by giving the right answer? Let me just check. I'm just repeating again. In achievement, there are only 2 points. One is separation of bullet points. You should never ever just mix the information of the bullet points. Each bullet points must be clear that the answer of the bullet point 1 is here, the answer of the bullet point second is here, and the answer of the bullet point third is here. These must be separated to each other. And next is your answers must be correct. According to the answer, according to the question, you should have replied the right answer. Let me just check. Let's go back to the answer. What was my question? Do you remember, guys? Let me just show you the question again. Might be this here. Yes. Yes. Bullet points are introduce yourself. Bullet point second is describe the importance of the park. Read it carefully. Describe the importance of the park. And the third is say what action you will take if the council continues with its plan. Okay, there are 3 bullet points. Now let me just go to the question again. Sorry, answer again. My second question was, let me show you again. My second question, bullet point was describe the importance of the park. The first one was introduce yourself. Please check the answer of these questions. Please check the answers of these questions. Here. Screen is not visible. Just wait for a second, don't worry. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? It should be. Very fine. Please check if I have replied the answers correctly or not. My bullet point 1 was introduce yourself. Have I replied correctly? Have I introduced myself? Yes, very fine. I have replied this, sir. My name is William Parker, living in phase 3. According to the question, I have replied that I have introduced myself. There is one thing to consider. Here, what did I write? I just write my name and the location where I am living. Now there is something to consider quickly, guys. Just listen me carefully. What is achievement in the task? What is achievement in the task? I'm repeating again. I think that might have confused. There are three things in the task achievement. The one is structure, the second is achievement, the third is approach. I've just explained what is the structure. There are two conditions, condition one and a condition two. The structure differs to each other. Okay. Second is achievement. In achievement, the one thing is that each bullet point has separate answered. Each bullet point has been answered separately to the another ones. It is, and in this answer, it is clear that the full bullet point first answer is in the first paragraph, bullet point second answer is the second paragraph, and the bullet point third answer is in the third paragraph. And the second condition and the second point to be learned in the achievement is that if you just want to fulfill its achievement, have you replied correctly? Bullet point one was introduce yourself. If I would just like to introduce myself, not in this task, and let me just clear it. If my answer bullet point one is introduce yourself, would it be okay to write? Would it be okay to write? Let me just clear. Let me make it clear. Would it be okay to write my name plus my location? Why didn't I write my name plus my occupation? Why didn't I write my name plus my position at work? Why?
So, just to add, I think that is the difference comes between to whom you are writing the letter.
Okay.
So, for example, if you are writing to an authority,
Okay.
for this example, if I talk about you're writing to an authority for a park which is located at somewhere, that is
Okay.
why the name and the location is required. Authority doesn't care what is your occupation, which position you are at work.
Very fine. Very fine. What does achievement mean? It depends. Introduce yourself. Your introduction depends that to whom and to regards to what you are writing the letter. If you are writing letter to just applying for a job, for example, you are applying for a job and the answer bullet point one is introduce yourself. Then to apply for a job, to just get a job, what is required? Your name plus your position or your experience as well. If you're working in a company and you're just making a complaint to the higher authorities, if you're working in a company, you're employed somewhere and you're writing to your manager regarding the problems, to discuss some problems regarding the organization, what you will write over there? Introduce yourself. Sir, I am etc etc a worker in your company etc etc at what position you are working now. If you're writing to the owner, it depends that to whom you are writing. Your introduction could be your name, your father's name, your location, where are you living, your occupation, what do you do, your occupation, whatever is that, whatever it could be. But if I talk about the right answer, it must not contain any other extra information. It must be accurate to the point. It depends upon that to whom you are writing and regarding to what you are writing the letter. Okay, everyone, yes. So, according to the plus, please confirm me if I talk about the achievement. According to the situation that your local council has planned to sell the park, have I answered clearly? I'm just writing the letter to the local newspaper. Is it okay to write my name is William living in phase 3? Is it okay? I will check achievement of the each bullet point. Let me check first of all the first bullet point. My first bullet point was introduce yourself. So have I replied correctly or should I mention other information as well? If I talk about the bullet point 1, do you think my answer is correct, guys, in this letter? Everyone. Ravi Kapoor said, sir, we can add more about the place nearby park. Yes, you can add additional information. I'm just talking about that it is additional information that where are you living. I said your name and your location. Is it enough or not? Or should I mention that where I am working, why I am living there, or whatever, any other information about myself? My question was, the question was, yes, verify. Question was that introduce yourself. In my introduction, there could be anything, but is it okay to write my name plus my location in this part, in this question? Yes, is enough. Very fine. Let's talk about bullet point second. We will have to check the achievement in the replied points in the bullet point second as well. Have we answered clearly? My bullet point second was, what was my bullet point second? It was describe the importance of the park. Describe the importance of the park. So let me check. Have I just described the importance of the park? Read bullet point second, please. Second paragraph, please read and just check. I said the park is the favorite place of the people from every age group. Is it the importance of the park? Is it the importance of the park that it is the favorite place of every person? Everyone. Is it the importance of the park that it is the favorite place of every person or from every age group? Everyone. If I talk about the first sentence, please tell me, is it the importance of the park that it is the favorite place of every person? Yes or no? Sentence by sentence I will read, don't worry. Ravi Kapoor said, okay, you have already replied. No, definitely no. Because if I just talk about something's importance, then you will have to just describe its importance or why it is important to us. It helps us to do this, it helps us to do this, that is called importance. Why it plays an important important uh, role in our life. But it is our favorite place, it is not the importance. The first sentence is incorrect. Next, old one visit this place to pursue some physical activities such as yoga. So my answer was that it is the favorite place of person. And further, if I talk about the other things, that my point was that sir, it is the favorite place of every person from every age group. And now, am I explaining that how it is favorite place? In my first sentence I wrote, sir, yes, the importance of the park is that it is the favorite place of every person, comma, old one visit this park to pursue some physical activities of such as yoga. Does this point make it clear that if old people visit this park to do activities, yoga or like such kind of activities, so it would be their favorite place? Is there any connection between the second sentence and the first sentence? That sir, it is the favorite place of people from every age group. Old one visit this park to pursue some physical activities such as yoga. Youngsters of my age gather at this place to get relaxation by playing some sports and sharing creative ideas with each other after working with active schedule. And the children of this area just come and spend their leisure time by playing some outdoor sports. Does these 3 points that I have explained further match with the first sentence that it is the favorite place of people from every age group? If I just talk about the older one, the wherever the senior citizens go for yoga, is it their favorite place? Wherever youngsters go for the relaxation or sharing creative ideas, is this place favorite of them? Wherever children just go for spend their outdoor leisure time by playing outdoor sports, does these 3 points for the older one, youngsters and the children make sense that it is the favorite place of their? Does it make sense, guys? Are these 3 points about the one is the older one, second is the youngsters, third is the children? These 3 points does show that it is the favorite place of the... No, no. My first sentence was something else. My other sentences are something else. And if I talk about the common thing, what is common between 3 points? The older will do this here. Older ones do yoga here. Youngsters go for just getting relaxation by playing some sports and sharing creative ideas with each other. And the third is children go out for spending the leisure time just by playing outdoor games. What is the common point? Instead writing favorite place, what should I write in the first sentence to make all these points sensible to the question's answer as well, that describe the importance of the park, and secondly, to make the connection between these 3 points to the first sentence. What should I write there? What should I write there? What is the common thing in 3 points? I have just explained, sir. Old ones do yoga there, youngsters get relaxation by playing sports, and children also play sports over there. What is the common thing? What can we make a common point to these? That should be appropriate according to the importance of the park as well. What can we write there? Instead of writing it is the favorite place, what should we write there? Might be you guys are not having any idea regarding this. Let me just help you guys. If I write here the park yes, you can write Glacia, but I will tell you when we will go to the CC, Coherence and Cohesion, this point will be incorrect. This sentence will be incorrect. Actually, in Coherence and Cohesion, I will tell you something. The park plays a key role to lead to keep the society healthy. Simply, I just written simply. You can change this sentence in any other words. Okay. If I write this here, will it be okay? If I write this here, would it be okay, guys? Everyone. My question was now, just check now, describe the importance of the park. And if I start the paragraph, that's sir, the park, what is the importance of the park? The park plays a key role to keep the society healthy. Old ones visit this park to pursue, etc., etc. It is related to the healthy society. That how the society is maintained quite healthy just because of park, because old people do yoga there. Yes, Ravi sir, definitely. What I mean to say, earlier my point was written there. What was written there? it was written that, sir, the importance of the park is that it is the favorite place of every person, and then I explained that how it leads to the healthy society. What I write in the first sentence, I wrote that it is the favorite place of, it is the favorite place of everyone from the every age group, and then I explained some of the things regarding the healthy society. The first sentence, that it is the favorite place, neither it was the answer of the question that it is the importance of the park, describe the importance of the park, neither it was related to that, and nor it was related to the explanation that I have given further. Explanation was that old people do yoga here, youngsters do youngsters get relaxation there. They just it is a stress buster place for them. Okay, and then children also go for by playing, so to play outdoor games, some sports. Okay, so these three things were related to the healthy part. But my first sentence was neither regarding the right answer of the question, that importance of the park, neither that if a place is favorite of people doesn't mean that it is the importance of that place. Of course, Ravi sir, thank you very much. Okay, students. Ravi sir, actually, I am just recording this section. I will upload it on the application. You will have access to that. Okay, you can watch this video. Oxford Groups application. Oxford Groups. You can find it on the Play Store and App Store as well. Oxford Groups. It will require student ID password. You will be given. You will be given it from the office. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. You will be given student ID password. Just contact with the number 830-688-0823. Official Oxford official number. They will provide you. Okay. So if I talk about the task achievement, TA, and the second point in TA is achievement. Same to you, same to you, sir, same to you. Okay, Ravi sir, thank you very much. Do you think, guys, that earlier, if I just talk about this, now the mistake is clear to us. We had made the biggest mistake. Earlier, our answer was neither to the question, neither it was the answer to the question that was been asked to us, and nor it was related to the explanation given further. So the first sentence, only this sentence, if I talk about this, only sentence was the reason that we couldn't score much in this. And what do you think? If you have just written this question, let me just see. If you have just written this sentence incorrect, that means it will lead to deduct your score around half. It will lead to the reduction of the half band score out of 9 in writing task 1, because you will say that, sir, it is the small point that only the first sentence was incorrect, further the whole paragraph was correct. It was regarding the importance of the park. But when we will just learn that CC, coherence and cohesion, you will get to know that why I'm just saying that the first sentence will be the key to get success. If your first sentence is incorrect, that means your whole sentences are incorrect. They're worthless. Okay, don't worry, I will tell you later. Is it clear to you guys that what was our mistake in the achievement? Everyone. And the second thing is this, the main point I wrote here. The second thing is the main point I wrote here. I said that the most important thing is that it is the only place in a locality where people can do such activities and lead to a healthy lifestyle. The main idea that should be given in the first sentence, I wrote here. I wrote here in the last sentence. Okay, so it was completely messed. The answer was completely messed up. There is a complete mess of the ideas. So the band score will be deducted here. The band score will be deducted here, because we have just written one sentence off topic, and then further sentence were not related to that as well. And the organizing the idea, as yesterday or on Friday, I was just attending the Anmol's class. He just explained in the evening. He explained in the evening that ideas doesn't matter. If your idea quite good or bad or simple idea, it doesn't matter. How do you have how you have organized that idea? How you have just written the idea in the English? It matters. Okay, ideas doesn't matter. That how you have organized that, it matters really. Okay, so you have to focus on that. Let's go further. Very fine. So if I talk about the achievement, the second is achievement in replied points. Let me go to the third part as well. Let me just go to the third part as well. Third bullet point was third bullet point was what action you will take. What action you will take? Grocia, now your point has come. What action will you take if local council continues with its plan? Yes, the council continues with its plan. What action you will take? You will take, he said. So if I start the answer of this by bullet point, let's say after considering all these aspects regarding the park, society members can take any step to save this place. The first sentence I wrote this. Next, meanwhile, I would like you to publish my request in the newspaper tomorrow and make the local authorities to rethink on this matter. Just read the paragraph till here. Just read the paragraph till here. Does any of these sentences is in the response to the question that what action you will take if the council continues with its plan? Does any of these sentences is in response to the question? No. All of the sentences are off topic. We haven't been asked that you should just tell them to help you. Just request the newspaper to help you by publishing the report, by publishing the matter in the newspaper. Our question wasn't that. Our question was what action you will take if the council continues with its plan. So first three sentences I just wrote off topic. There was nothing, a single sentence was not in the response to the question. If I talk about the last one, if there is no change made in the decision of the council, okay, I will not hesitate to access higher authorities regarding the issue. I just thought that what action I will take, I will go to the access to the higher authorities, but is it not clear here? What will I do? What would be my action? It's not clear here. And this is what Glosia wanted to say. This is what Glosia wanted to explain. Say, Glosia, am I right now? Yes. The answer of the bullet point third is not clear here. Whether I answered this in the last sentence, but it doesn't. It is not clear. Yes, it's no. It's not rude, man. It's not that much rude actually. Yes, the way of saying is rude. I can say the way of saying yes. It could be. It is quite not quite. It is rude. It is rude. It must be polite. It should be polite. And it's the first time we are writing the letter, so it is polite actually, but it must not be like this. It must be polite. Yes, very fine. It will not be. It is not too rude. It's rude. Okay. So the bullet point third, so answer is completely messed up. We haven't even replied. If we replied in the last sentence, it is not clear. So how do you think that we will score by writing this? So if I talk about the overall says, this answer will score only 5.5 or 6 better than right in the ELTS exam. Okay, and mistakes we are just going to explore more details. We will see, look at each corner of this task, that why the answer will score us only 6 or 5.5. Okay, don't worry, let's go further. So have you got it, guys? Have you got it, that what are the problems with this task?
In this case, I believe the third paragraph, the question is asking about what he is going to do, not about, he's talking about what the society members will be doing. In this case, it's also incorrect, right?
Let me just check. Let's just go to the question first. Yes, but please read the question again, Glosia.
Yes. Say what action you will take if the conscious continues with its plan. And in this case, the they say the letter in the third paragraph talks not about what the author will going to do, but about what the society members will be doing. So it's also, I think, something wrong.
Yes, oh, the sentence, the society members we are talking about.
Yes.
Yes, definitely. That is what I'm saying. We have been asked that what action you will take, not the society members. Okay, but I wrote a sentence over there. He said that what action you will take. That means he's talking about you. You are writing a letter to the newspaper. In newspaper, you have explained everything. That's this is the problem. Okay, the local council is selling the park that we usually enjoy at. So, if still the council continue with this plan, I will take this action. The question is for the writer. If I am writing the letter, so I will talk about myself only, that I will take this action, not the society members, not the society members. The question is, say what action you will take if the local council continue with its plan. That means what I will take the action. If I am writing the letter, so I will have to write only about myself, that what action of mine, what action will be of mine if the local council doesn't change their plan. Okay, let me just go further to the answer. But I wrote a sentence over there that, sir, the society members go do everything to just save this park. Just read it again. These sentences were also right. Wrong, actually. This sentence was also wrong. Society members can take any action to save this place. It was also off topic. It wasn't asked to us. Is it the same, Klosia, you want to say? Klosia, this is what? Yes, very fine. Yes. I said that from here to here, there was nothing there was nothing written in the response to the question. All of the sentences were off topic. I just gave the reply of the question in one sentence only here, but still it was not clear. Whether I replied here that if there is no change made in this decision, okay, I would not hesitate to access higher authorities. I will not hesitate to access higher authorities regarding this issue, but still it isn't clear that what action would be mine. Okay, so the third bullet point's answer is not really correct. Neither it is in the right response. There are off-topic sentences. Okay, and almost one or half or more than half band score will be deducted here as well. Let's go further. Third achievement we have just learned about. The next is, let me go further. Approach. The next is approach. An achievement, there are 2 points. The first is separation of the bullet points, and second is achievement in the reply points. Whatever the points you have replied in response to the question, they must be point to point. They must be in the response to the question only. There must not be off-topic sentences. Third is approach. What does approach mean? What does approach mean? Just look at here. Approach is that the answer of the each bullet point in each paragraph should be in a particular structure, should be written, must be written actually in a particular pattern. The answer of each bullet point should be written in a particular pattern. What is the pattern? In the first sentence, there must be direct answer of the question. In the first sentence, I'm writing again. In the first sentence of the paragraph, there must be the direct main idea of the question. For example, if I talk about the first point, bullet point second, that describe the importance of the park. So in the first sentence, there must be importance of the park. Then what is the importance? Whatever importance you have written there, just explain that in the next 2 to 3 sentences and then end the paragraph. It must be the structure of each body paragraph. Okay, but if I talk about that answer, in the bullet point second answer, the first point was the place is the favorite of the people from every age group. It wasn't the response of the question. Our approach was not right to the question. What should be over there? That, sir, it leads to the healthy lifestyle of the people. It must be regarding the health. And I explained the health as well. Sir, old people do this over there, youngsters do this over there, children do this over there. All of these these were the explanation. This was the explanation, and this explanation was regarding the health, not the favorite place. Okay, so if my main idea is not correct, that means, or just whether we have explained the idea in a correct way, whether we have explained the idea in correct way, whether we have closed the paragraph in the correct way. But if our main idea is not clear, that means the whole paragraph will be considered as the zero. There is nothing in this paragraph. The whole of the whatever we have written further, it must, if it is not in the response, if the main idea, if the first sentence doesn't contain the answer, direct answer of the question, that means the whole paragraph will be cancelled. That there is nothing written in this. Okay, so the structure of the each bullet point must be the main idea in the first sentence, and it should be explained, and then the paragraph should be closed. The paragraph should be closed. Good guys. So the approach was not right. We wrote the answer in incorrect way. We didn't organize the answer correctly. We didn't follow this approach. Everyone got it, guys? Everyone got it? The answer of each bullet point must be written directly in the first sentence, then it should be explained further. And what was the mistake with that answer? Let me just show you. Just go to the third paragraph, or second paragraph actually. I said the park is the favorite place of the people from every age group. It wasn't the right main idea. Our question was, what is the importance of the park? Okay, where I write the answer? I replied this, that sir, the main idea should be that it leads to the healthy lifestyle, because whatever the explanation I have given here in these sentences is regarding to the healthy lifestyle, not to this one, not to the favorite place. Okay, so if instead I have written, if I wrote this sentence here, then a response could be 100% right. Approach could be 100% right, because the main idea should be here that it's related to the healthy lifestyle, and then explanation was also correct according to that. So there must be nothing. This sentence must be here. But I mismanaged the answer. I wrote the main idea in the last sentence. I started the first sentence by writing an off-topic sentence, and explanation was right. But still, if the explanation is right, it doesn't mean you will score good, because your explanation it must be related to the main idea. If your main idea is first favorite place, and you are writing here regarding the healthy lifestyle, so how you are you correct? So that means we are just going to just lose your score here. You're just going to lose your score here. Okay, let's go further. Have you got it? What is the task achievement mean? Everyone. There are three things: structure, achievement, and approach. So in simple words, if I say structure is the paragraphing of the letter. Achievement means your first sentence must be in the response to the question. Achievement means your first sentence must be in approach to the in response to the question directly. It is called achievement. Okay. And the third thing is the approach. Approach is it must be explained further and then closed further. Nothing else. This is called structure, achievement, and approach. Okay, guys. Okay. Very fine. So it is all about the task achievement. Actually, I don't have electric pen today, so I can't explain you by writing anything. I will have to just show the PPT here. I just forward in the office, and now I'm at home. So we have done task achievement, structure, approach, achievement. It's been like disordered. Let's go further. Now we are at CC, coherence and cohesion. What is the flow of the task? What is the link of the task? I will explain you now. Let me just tell you one thing more. I will not teach you lexical resources. I will not teach you grammatical range and accuracy. The reason is that if I just start teaching you these things, you will lose your marks. Your performance in writing will not remain good. Your score, you will start scoring less actually. Your level will decrease. If I just start teaching you lexical resources and grammatical range and accuracy, there's a big I can say reason behind that, a huge reason behind that. It's not possible for me to explain you today. Whenever we will have the next session, I will tell you that why don't I teach you lexical resources and grammatical range and accuracy. If I just, I have tried this, whenever I just try to teach the students lexical resources and grammatical range and accuracy, their performance just got declined. It got worst. So I don't want to do so. Definitely, it would be okay if I just teach you task achievement and CC. Even C sir, if you ask the C sir, please teach us lexical resources, grammatical range and accuracy, C sir will deny. Sir, sorry, I can't teach because it really affects the performance of the students. The reason I will tell you, don't worry, I will justify it. I will justify my words, don't worry. I will tell you, it is not just misleading information. I will tell you that why it is not suitable for you to learn lexical and grammatical range and accuracy from someone. If you just learn on your own, it would be okay. But if you learn from someone, definitely it is gonna worse. It is gonna worse. Okay, let's continue. So there are two things: coherence and cohesion. Coherence is different and cohesion is different. Coherence is different and cohesion is different. So let's go further. What is coherence and what is cohesion mean? I will tell you now. Coherence means flow of the task. Coherence means flow of the task. There are 3 points in this. First is coherence says, let me tell you one thing. TA, CC, LR, GR. 9 band, there are 9 band. Your score is, you will score out of 9. So if I divide 9 into 4 equal parts, then each descriptor contains 2.25 score. Okay. If I divide the CC score into coherence and cohesion, then coherence contains 1.125 and cohesion also contains 1.125. Okay, it is for coherence. It is for cohesion. Okay, so let's go further. So coherence says you will score 1.25 out of 1.25 if you respond yes to all of these questions. The question I will just teach you one by one. The first question coherence asked to us: does each body paragraph contains a main idea in the first sentence? That I just told you earlier. Coherence says, does each body paragraph contains a main idea in the first sentence? If your reply is yes, that means you will score 1.25 out of 1.25 of my part. Okay, so it must be clear that main idea must be in your first sentence of the paragraph. If he has asked you that describe the importance of the park, in first sentence there must be a direct importance of the park. If I ask you what action you will take, in the first sentence it must be written that what action you will take if the council continues with its plan. If he has said that introduce yourself, there must be directly introduction of yourself. If he has asked what are the reason, what are the problems you are facing, what happened, directly in the first sentence must be there what is the problem that you faced or what happened over there. Again, I'm just saying, first sentence must be in regards with the main idea of the answer. Okay, and a response to this question must be yes if you want to score 1.25 of this coherence. Next, second question is, Is a clear connection is shown between each two consecutive paragraphs? Oh, what is this? Read the question carefully. Then I will go back to that question answer of the local councils, and definitely I will show you that what does this said question mean. The second number question is Coherence asked to us, is a clear connection is shown, is not is shown here, it is repeated. Sorry. It is a grammatically incorrect sentence. Is a clear connection shown between each two consecutive paragraphs? What does consecutive mean? What does consecutive mean? In Hindi, I will say लगातार. लगातार, next, yes. Next and the previous one. Everyone, let's go to the point. Let's go to the point. This is the answer. Just see, these two paragraphs are consecutive paragraph. These two are consecutive to each other. Okay, and these are consecutive to each other. Am I right? Am I right, guys? Yes, very fine. So, he said that is a clear connection shown between the each two consecutive paragraphs. That means there must be a connection between 2 points. There must be a connection between these body paragraphs. Connection should be shown over there. It must have shown a connection between these two body paragraphs. That means whatever information you have given in this paragraph and whatever you are going to give the information in this paragraph, it must be related to each other. You must have shown a clear response or clear connection between these two body paragraphs. It is called, you must have built a bridge here. What is a bridge? Bridge that connects two things together, two places together, that is called bridge. And if I just made a bridge here and I give this to it name bridging, I just gave this term of name bridging. For an example, the coherence asked to us that is it shown a clear connection? That means I say, have you just do bridging? I just ask you, have you just do bridging? If you have just done bridging in the paragraph, that means you will score good. What does bridging mean? How to do bridging? I have just done that. Just look at the paragraph. To make a clear connection, to show a clear connection between paragraphs, what do you need to write? Let me just go for the first introduction first. For an example, this is introduction. This is BP1. This is BP2. This is BP3. Oh, there is no need to write so. In this letter, we wrote intro plus BP 1. Here, bullet point 2 answer and bullet point 3rd answer. The last is salutation and reflect ending. Very fine. Okay. If I have written some information in this paragraph and some information in this paragraph, here will be bullet point 1's reply, here will be bullet point 2nd reply, but anyhow I will have to make a relation between two paragraphs. I will have to do bridging. I will have to just build a bridge over there. How can we create a bridge over there? For example, here you are just going to show importance of the park. And here just you wrote introduction part. Okay. You can do the bridging in two ways. First, whatever information is in this paragraph doesn't matter. Whatever information you have written here doesn't matter. You have written this paragraph. Now, whenever you are going to this point, if you just want to, if you're according to the question, if you are just required to write importance of the park here, then you should write a sentence. You can either make the relation between two paragraphs by writing a last sentence here, that what you are going to write here. You can use, what you can write, you can either just give a hint in the end of the previous paragraph that what you are going to write in the further paragraph. Okay, the one type of the bridging, this you can do the bridging this in this way as well, or so that the examiner, that the reader of the letter, reader can easily get to know that you are going to write something in the next paragraph that has been already given a hint regarding in the previous paragraph at the end. For example, if you are just going to write importance of the park here, then you should write the park plays an important role in our life. That means, what does this mean? That in the further paragraph, you are going to show the importance of the park. Okay. Second way is this. You should mention the information here. You should start the next paragraph by writing some words regarding the previous information. Whatever you have written previously, you should start the writing according next paragraph according to this one. It is also way to do the bridging altogether, either at the end of this previous paragraph or the starting of the paragraph, next paragraph. You should mention a sentence. If you are just writing in the second paragraph, if you are just writing something here, it must be regarding to the information of the previous paragraph. Or if you are just writing something here to do the bridging, then it must be, this sentence must be regarding some information, regarding a hint of the information that we are going to do further. Got it what I want to say? Everyone, have you got it what I want to say? That either in the end of in the last sentence of the previous paragraph or the first sentence of the next paragraph should be regarding to the each other's information. It is called bridging. It is called bridging, and it will really gives a great sense of a good story in your letter. Let me just read. Let me just read. In the paragraph that I have just in the answer that I have just already written you, I made a clear sense. Just read the ending of the first paragraph and the starting of the second paragraph. I was going to explain importance of the park in the bullet body paragraph second. So how I ended the body paragraph 1, the introductory paragraph, just check that. I said, last sentence, I said, yesterday I heard in the news that the local council has planned to sell this park. However, the civilized people of this area are not in the favor of this plan. People of my area are not in the favor of this plan, since this park plays an indispensable role in our life, because it has a great importance in our life. Indirectly, by making a good story, I just ended the paragraph 1 just by the information guy giving a hint that the park has importance to us. It is great of importance to us. And now in the further paragraph, I was going to explain the importance of the park. Okay, but in the end of the second paragraph, let's check here as well. How did I do the bridging? How did I make the bridging in these two paragraphs? I didn't mention everything here. I didn't mention anything here. I was just going to talk about a complaint. I was just going to write a complaint over there. That what about some actions in the body paragraph third. I was just going to here in this paragraph. I was just going to write some to talk about some action, but here in the end of this, I didn't write anything regarding the action. I just said that important thing is that it is the only place in our locality where people can do such activities and lead to a healthy life. I didn't mention here, but what did I write here? What did I write here? Read this sentence, please. Read this sentence, please. After considering all these aspects regarding the park, which aspects? What I talked about here? I started the bullet point body paragraph third that after considering all these aspects regarding the park. What does this mean? Which aspects? All these aspects, that whatever I have mentioned in the previous paragraph. Got it, guys? Got it, guys? Very fine. The importance above mentioned. Very fine, Sandeep. I made a clear connection between each two consecutive paragraphs. And this is the answer. And now I am able to write, yes, I had before the answer question that Coherence asked me that, sir, is a clear connection made between each two consecutive paragraphs? I will say yes. I will say yes. Each two body paragraphs has a clear sense of being made connected to each other. So it is the key point to just score high. Is the key point to score more. It is the key point to score or fulfill the requirement that you have. Okay, guys. So it is the second point of the coherence. It is the second point of the coherence. Let's go further. Let's go further. There are two questions, and the third question is: may I write yes here? Because these two things were clear. We just follow these two things here, so I can write yes here as well, and yes here as well. Okay. Let's go to the third question. What is the third question? It is the content in the body paragraph is in right order? It is difficult to maintain. It is difficult to maintain. Let's go further. I will teach further, don't worry. Just give me 1 minute. Main idea in the first sentence I have already told you. Main idea in the first sentence I have already told you that there must be main idea. This is the example of this. Each body paragraph should have main point in the first sentence like this. I have already told you. Okay. The second question was connection between paragraphs. I said at the end of previous paragraph or beginning of the further paragraph, some words or a sentence can describe a clear relation between the paragraphs. That is what I have already told. This is what I have already told you, and I just give an example here. Okay. The third is this right order of the content. It's not always followed actually. This is that in most of the tasks, a particular order of the content is followed in order to make perfect flow of the task. Listen carefully. In most of the tasks, a particular order of the content is followed in order to make perfect flow of the task. The order is written below. This is the order. Whatever the task comes in your exam, whichever task comes in an exam, you will have to, if it will be quite good if you respond bullet point 1 in the sense of reasons, bullet point 2 in the sense of effects, and bullet point 3 in the sense of solutions. Directly or indirectly, you should anyhow make it clear that the bullet point 1, the bullet point first describes the reasons, unless it is to accept the situation when it is introduce yourself. If the bullet point 1 is introduce yourself, how can we do that? It is not possible in that term. So in this situation, you should write reasons and effects in body paragraph 2nd. Okay, and the third, solutions. Let me just teach you what I want to say, guys. Whatever the task comes in an exam, whatever the task comes in an exam, 3 bullet points must be in response to reasons, effect, and solutions. This order should be followed. Okay. Whether you are just saying, yes sir, you are living, for example, a question is there. Let me just show you the question. Let me just write a question here. You will get my point easily. Any task that we have recently done? Any task that we have recently done? Please remind me a task that we have recently done. For example, yes. You plan to visit your friend First was explain the reason of cancellation. Second was apologize. I think it was apologize. Probably. No, no, no. You will not directly say that it is fact. Apologize. And third is say when or say about meeting like when to meet again. Like this. For example, whether the question comes this or something else must be over there, could be over there. Like let me just try it any other kind where there is no reason or facts asked. Simply you will be asked. Please guys help me to just find a question in which not reason has been asked. In which not reason has been asked. In this question, see, there is a what is the reason of cancellation? I will tell you that how to make reason effect solution order. Whether the question is something else, but still whatever you will reply will be in the sense of reason effect solution. Will be in the sense of reason effect solution. For example, let me just make it clear. Let me just make it clear. The question that we were discussing earlier, it was this one. Where bullet point one was introduce yourself, the second was importance of the park, and the third one was what action you will take. What action you will take. For example, I can clearly show you that in this question as well, I have just followed reason effect solution for pattern. My bullet point one was introduce yourself, second was describe the importance of the park, third was what action you will take. If I read the question only, there is no sense that reason, solution, and effect has been asked. But I will give the reply. When I replied, sir, my name is William Parker, etc., etc., it was introductory part. If I go to the bullet point second, I said reason. Whether I was just explaining the importance of the park, are there reason that why I am just against the selling this park, selling plan of this park? Please guys tell me. If I just say you indirectly, if I just ask, bullet point in the second paragraph, I just wrote what is the importance of the park, because it was asked to me. It was asked to me, so I replied, what is the importance of the park? This park plays an indispensable role because it leads to a healthy society. Older one do this, youngsters do this, and children do this. If I indirectly think, if I just indirectly imagine, aren't these the reason that why I am against this? Indirectly, if I say, whatever I have written that it leads to a healthy society, young ones, older ones do this, youngsters do this, aren't these the reasons that why I am against this plan of selling the park? These are the reasons. Indirectly, I have explained reasons that why I am against. In the last sentence, indirectly I gave the sense that the most important thing is that it is the only place in our locality where people can do such activities and lead to a healthy lifestyle. Indirectly I say that how will it affect? It is the only place. What this sentence gives sense that, sir, if this place has been removed from here, we will not have any single place, and indirectly it will lead to an unhealthy society. It will affect us like this. Indirectly, what sense I gave to this what this sentence, that sir, the most important thing is that it is the only place in our locality. I clearly mentioned only word here just because to show that it may affect us. If this place has been removed from here, we will be affected health in terms of health. Are you getting my point? What I want to say? Whether I replied the question that what is the importance of the park and what action I will take if the local council continues with its plan. But indirectly, I replied reasons, effects, and finally, what solution I gave? That sir, please, whether I just request you to just change your plan. If you continue with this plan, I will do this. It was a solution. Earlier I said that first solution is in your hands if you just stop doing this. But if I take myself, I will solve this problem by accessing to the higher authorities. It was whether it was like just that what action I will take, the reply of that question, but indirectly I was giving solution that the final solution will be that I will access the higher authorities. That solution will automatically come. Got it, guys? What I mean to say? Everyone got it? What I mean to say? That whether our questions are something else, but indirectly we have to respond in the pattern, reasons, effect, and solution. And it is the most difficult thing to maintain while answering the questions. Because not in each question we can follow the reason effect solution, RES. It is called RES pattern, reason effect solution. So it is not possible for us to follow a pattern named as RES in each question, but still we should follow if it is possible for us. So I clearly mentioned in most of them it is called RES pattern. Try to follow this. Okay, indirectly your answer must be give the answer must give the sense of reason effect solution term. For example, I said in most of the tasks. I didn't say that in every task. I said in most of the tasks a particular order of content is followed. In order to make a perfect of the task, the order is written below: reason, effect, and solution, effects and solution. Whether the questions are something else, but indirectly we'll have to reply that reasons are this, effects are this, solutions are this. We will have to follow this pattern indirectly, not directly. Indirectly, we will have to give the sense of RES pattern. Yes, yes, no, ma'am, no, Sandeep, ma'am. The question that we responded today, in this question, if you talk about this question, do you think the question requires RES method? Do you think we will have to make this sense? We will have to reply the questions in this way so that it could be followed as a RES pattern. But in not in all of the passages it happens. Not in all of the letters it could be done. Okay, it could be done only in some of the in most of the letters. Okay, so it is called RES pattern. So these are the questions. These are the questions that coherence I replied. I replied in the coherence. So now I am able to write yes here as well. Is the content in body paragraphs is right order? Yes, it is in right order. Reason, effect, and solution. I have written. I have followed this RES pattern. Okay. So to score 1.25 out of 1.25 in coherence, you have to reply yes all these three questions. Now let's go to the cohesion. What does the cohesion mean? Cohesion means link of the task. Cohesion also asks three questions. Cohesion also asks three questions. First is, does each next sentence support to the previous one? Does each next sentence support the previous one? Not two, support the previous one. Yes. Is each next sentence in support to the previous one? If you reply yes, then cohesion will give you 1.25 out of 1.25 band. What does this mean? If I just go to the question answer first, just look at the bullet body paragraph second. Just look at the body paragraph second. I said the park is the favorite place of the people from every age group. This is the first sentence. And the next sentence must be in support to the previous one. The next sentence must be in support to the previous one. So if I just wrote here that said the park is the favorite place of people from every age group. So the next sentences, 1, 2, 3, 4 sentences must be in support that how it is favorite place. So if I wrote that some people, older ones go to pursue certain physical activities, yoga, it isn't in the support in the previous one. The answer, this sentence was not in the support to the previous one. Each next sentence should be to the supportive to the previous one. If you have written that it is the favorite place, the next sentence must be that how it is favorite place. The next sentence must be that how it is favorite place, or to the in support to the previous one. Each next sentence support to the previous one, it will build a good story. And at the end, your point must be proved. The point that you have written in the first sentence, it must be proven. It must be proven. Got it, guys? What I want to say? Yes. Overall means number, like number 2. Very fine. Okay. So if I actually simply if I just talk about what is the difference between coherence and cohesion. In a simple sense, if I just explain you what is coherence and cohesion mean. Usually to academic students, I just teach in this way. Yeah. Connection. Very fine. Connection. Yes. Coherence means connection between the paragraphs, and cohesion means connection between the sentences. Nothing else. For an example, these are the paragraphs that you have written. If you have just made a good relation between paragraphs, it is called we are good in coherence. But if you have just made a good, this is the first sentence, this is the second sentence, this is the third sentence, this is the fourth sentence, this is the fifth sentence, okay, and this is the sixth sentence. For example, this one. Now, between each two sentences, there must be something that connects these two with each other. If these two sentences are not related to each other, they are not connected to each other in terms of information, in terms of their sense, in terms of their like flow, then your score will be yes. Linking words should be. I will tell you. Don't worry. Okay, these two sentences must be connected to each other, and the next sentence must be supportive to the previous one. It must be giving the further information, not the previous one. Okay, this sentence must be related to this one and supporting this. The next sentence must be support to this one, and there must be a corrective ideas used over there, characters used over there. Okay, so simply if you are just making good relation between the paragraphs, that means you are good in coherence. If you are just making good relation between the sentences, that is called cohesion. That's why I just gave the name to these 2 points. What? Flow and link. Flow means connecting the paragraph to each other, and link means making the link between the sentences, So I said that, sir, link means each next sentence must be in the support of the previous one, and second thing is that all the sentences in a paragraph connected with each other adequately. They must be connected to each other adequately, and to connect them, adequate number of cohesive devices is used. And to connect them with each other, cohesive devices are used. What does cohesive device mean? Connectors like moreover, in addition, as a result, what happened, consequently, after that. These are the words that are used as a cohesive device just to make a good cohesion in the task. Got it, everyone? Good, everyone. All together, all of the sentences must be connected with each other. Okay, with good cohesive devices. What are the cohesive devices? I will tell you. Don't worry. Let me just explain. This is the main idea in the first sentence. Coherence second point. Coherence third point. RES pattern. Now let's go to the cohesion. Supportive next sentence. To score higher, it is mandatory to write each next sentence in support of the previous one. For example, like this, there is a public, for example, this is the question. I just wrote over there. I just already explained you that how to do that. Connection between sentences. Showing the relation between the sentences makes a paragraph well elaborated and gives a glimpse of a proficient level of piece of writing. That means you should connect the sentences with each other adequately. There are 3 examples, 3 to 4 examples actually. Just tell me which one of these is correct. Just tell me which one of these is correct. There are 4 sentences I have written. First is, just tell me that which 2 sentences are adequately connected to each other. Pollution is rising at an alarming rate. That's why people should not use private vehicles when it is not necessary. Second is, pollution is rising at an alarming rate due to dash, due to comma, people should not use private vehicles when it is not necessary. Third is, pollution is rising at an alarming rate. To mitigate this, people should not use private vehicles when it is not necessary. And the last is, pollution is rising at an alarming rate, so people should not use private vehicles when it is not necessary. Which one do you think is the best according to the information and according to the sense of the sentences? In which I have just used the linking word correctly. Both sentences are same, but I corrected the sentence in an adequate way, perfect way. Everyone, everyone. Third one, verify. The sentence first is not incorrect. We can use this, that is why we can use, but according to the information of the sense, it is not the perfect one. It is good, it is right, but it is not perfect one. The second one, due to, is an incorrect, due to which we can write, due to which, but still it is not correct. Okay. Third is, pollution is rising at an alarming rate. To mitigate this, pollution is rising, and in order to mitigate this, people should not use private vehicles when it is not necessary. If people will not use vehicles when it is not necessary, definitely it will decrease the pollution. It will control the pollution. So the correct word, the correct relation between two is this, to mitigate this, because the second sentence is the solution of the first one. So if it is the solution, that means we can say that to solve this problem, people should do this. There is a solution given. In the next sentence, there is a solution given, and it is in the support of the previous sentence. So to connect them adequately, there must be a right cohesive device used. That is called to mitigate this. Okay. Last one is also correct. Pollution is rising at an alarming rate. So people should not use private vehicles. It is good, but it is not the perfect one. Okay, so third one is correct. So you should keep in mind that the cohesive devices should be used adequately. And the third is this: you should use cohesive devices in order to make a connection between the paragraphs, between sentences. It would be a full step if each sentence is connected with the previous one. Let me tell you one thing. It would be a full step if you connect all of the sentences with cohesive devices. The number of cohesive devices should be neither excess nor less. Okay. If you just think that Gurbakh sir said, please connect all of the sentences with each other. You should not connect. It would be a really full step if you connect each sentence by using cohesive devices. The number of cohesive devices should be neither excess nor less. Okay. So this is the practice session. I got failed in exams dash. I was admitted in the hospital for 3 months during classes. Next is, I got failed dash having an accident during classes. No, it was something else. Actually, it was let me just erase it. It was not in this class. It was just to teach some students who were really aware of the cohesive devices. It's all. Just look at this paragraph, guys. There is a question. You paid a refundable deposit when you entered, when you rented an apartment a year ago. You left the apartment last month in good condition, but the landlord won't return your deposit. Okay, this is this is the letter. Write a letter to the landlord. In your letter, introduce yourself and say why are you writing. Ask for the return of your deposit. Inform the landlord of possible actions if he or she doesn't agree to refund the amount. Okay. So I just replied bullet point first that ask for the return of your deposit. You'll have to ask for the return of your deposit. What did I write? I write it is your priority to return the refundable deposit as I used word as we signed an agreement on the first day of my possession of your property, including the statement that I will be returned this amount of $1,000 if there is no damage to the belongings of the apartment. Eventually, I connected a word there. Eventually, I met the agreement requirements as I left the building in the same condition as I received on the very first day. Thus, Thus, now it was your turn to be responsible about paying the deposit back, but it has been a month I left the apartment, but I haven't got the money. Even I have contacted you 3 times regarding this matter. Whether the whether the sentences, the information is not well written, but if I just want to show the connection, I didn't connect all of the sentences with each other. I didn't connect all of the sentences with each other, but I used 3 to 4 cohesive verses here, 3 to 4, 5 actually. Which one? Eventually, I wrote there at the end. Eventually means at the end, I met all the requirements that were in the agreement, and but still, thus. Now it was also good word to connect. Now I have met the agreement. Now it is your turn. So I now was also good word to connect these to make the sense with this and this. So I have done this. Now it is your responsibility. So now we're also giving a connection to the previous one in the support to the previous one. Who is responsible about the paying back the money, but just to give sense that sir, it was your turn to be responsible, but you were not. It's been a month. I left the apartment, but I have not got the money. Even was also a good word to just make a sense over there. Even I have contracted you 3 times regarding this matter. Got it, guys? So I use some cohesive devices here to connect the sentences and make the sense that each next sentence is in the support to the previous one, and they were just not in the so they were not in the support as well. They were also giving the sense that the previous sentence is connected to the next one. For example, but was giving sense here. If I used and here, if I use and here, would it be okay? If I use and here and it has been month, would it be okay? If I use and here, would it be okay? No. The cohesive devices must be used now perfectly. Okay. If I don't use now here, it will not give good sense. Okay. So these words are called connective sentence, connective connectors. We can say cohesive devices just to connect the sentences with each other in a perfect way. Okay. Everyone, have you got it that what I want to say? All together, whatever the things I've taught you about the task achievement and coherence and cohesion, you must keep in your mind, because these are the key words, these are the keys to just open the lock of the IELTS 9 band writing. Okay, and I hope that 90% of these things you were not aware of earlier. 90% of these things you were not aware of earlier. Were you? Were you guys? Everyone. Please, this time I like I think you guys are supposed, you guys are expected to not to make the mistakes now. Whatever I have told you, I think you will work on this and you will end up with scoring good. Okay, I have told you what does TA mean, what does CC mean in a detail. Okay, and I hope that from now onwards you will be quite good at that. You will try to be good at that. You will not just take a full step forward. Okay, you will just be conscious about everything. You will keep all of the things in mind and write that answer, because you are just going to score good. You just want to score good, you will have to do that. So whenever I will just give the question to you next, you will, I think that you will just Focus on these things and try to write in a perfect way by writing the main idea in the first sentence and then elaborating it and then making the coherence as well by connecting the paragraphs with each other. But it must not be, it must not look artificial, that artificially you have just connected the paragraphs. It must be natural. Your writing must be natural. If you artificially connect the paragraphs, it will just really degrade your band score. It will just cause you to lose your score over there. Okay, so you will have to learn that how to connect the paragraphs, how to connect, use the cohesive devices in a paragraph naturally. Okay, so it is all for the today's class. Have a nice day. Bye bye, guys. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day, enjoy the classes. Okay, and I will upload these two videos, the previous one as well, difference among formal, semi-formal, informal, and this one as well on the application now. Bye bye. Have a nice day. Is there any doubt? If you have any doubt, then ask please. If you have any doubt, then ask please. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Thank you very much for your precious response. Have a nice day. Bye bye.